80 tons. I mean, just wrap your head around that for a second. That is the massive weight of just one of the moving domes crowning the ceiling of Masjid Nabawi, the Prophet's Mosque in Medina. Imagine the sheer engineering required to just suspend, let alone physically move, an 80-ton structure right above a crowded floor. Now imagine doing that flawlessly day in and day out with 27 of these incredible domes. It's an absolutely staggering feat of engineering.
So, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving deep into the largely invisible machinery dedicated entirely to maintaining perfect serenity for the millions of daily visitors at one of the most revered sites on Earth. You know, when you walk into a space that feels utterly peaceful, you rarely think about the monumental logistics required to actually manufacture that piece. But today, we're going completely behind the scenes to see exactly how it's done.
Here's our agenda for this explainer. 1. Engineering a spiritual marvel. 2. The master cleaning operation. 3. Managing the water supply. 4. Smart tech and tracking. And finally, 5. Guiding millions of visitors.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, Engineering a Spiritual Marvel, the Macro View.
Remember those 27 moving domes we just talked about? Well, each 80-ton dome takes exactly 1 minute to open and 1 minute to close, which lets this beautiful natural light flood into the mosques to create a really deeply spiritual atmosphere. But the cool part is how they're engineered with this incredible fail-safe system. They operate on a track guided by 4 individual motors. If one motor fails, it just runs on 3. 2 fail, it runs on 2. It can actually operate on a single motor. And if all else completely fails, there's a manual override. It is just complete, unyielding reliability. And stepping out into the courtyards, you're instantly greeted by 250 massive automated umbrellas protecting worshippers from the really intense desert heat. But these aren't just hooked up to a simple on and off switch. No, they're connected to a central control room monitoring real-time wind speed, temperature, and weather sensors. And to keep them pristine, a specialized high-pressure cleaning team washes every single umbrella entirely every 6 months. To do that safely without bothering anyone, they wash them in these strict controlled zones of 6 to 16 umbrellas at a time.
Moving right along to Section 2, the master cleaning operation, constant perfection.
To really understand the sheer scale we're dealing with here, just look at this number, 13. The facility houses 2,880 washrooms and over 8,300 ablution spots. And every single one of those 2,880 washrooms is cleaned before every single call to prayer, after every prayer, plus 3 extra deep cleaning sessions during shift changes. So we're not just talking about a quick wipe down here. They are deep cleaned 13 times a day. What's really fascinating, though, is their microscopic attention to hygiene. The staff uses a strictly color-coded marked system for their cleaning tools. Brushes used inside the washrooms are permanently restricted from ever being used in the outer ablution or hallway areas, and vice versa. This guarantees that bacteria from the washroom environment literally never crosses over into the outer spaces where people are walking.
Okay, here's another mind-blowing number for you. Inside the mosque, there are 25,000 carpets laid out for worshippers. Think about the foot traffic of millions of people walking over those daily. To maintain perfect cleanliness, an army of workers uses over 430 specialized carpet cleaning machines to vacuum every single one of those 25,000 carpets 3 times per shift. Not 3 times a week or a day, 3 times per shift.
Let's move on to Section 3, Managing the Water Supply, Quenching Millions.
It all centers around Zamzam. For Muslims, this is highly sacred water, and it's transported entirely from Makkah directly to Medina using a specialized, dedicated pipeline system. I mean, just the logistics of moving that much water across cities is an engineering marvel in its own right. But the distribution inside the mosque is where the true hospitality really shines. The numbers here are just stunning. 10,000 coolers are set up daily. And hey, say you're deep in the prayer lines and can't reach one? No problem at all. They have 20 dedicated mobile workers who literally weave through the rows bringing water straight to you. Over 12,000 individual bottles are handed out at the highly crowded Rada area every day, and there are 60 filtered stations out in the courtyards with over 1,200 taps. Absolute hydration is guaranteed, seamlessly.
Which brings us to Section 4, Smart Tech and Tracking, the Invisible Network.
So remember those 25,000 carpets we talked about earlier? Well, every single one of them has a built-in, factory-installed RFID tracking chip. Managers actually walk the massive floors with handheld scanners. When they scan a carpet, they immediately see its exact manufacturing date,
its designated spatial coordinates within the sprawling mosque, and its specific laundry schedule. It's basically this highly sophisticated inventory matrix hidden right under the visitor's feet.
And this digital management becomes absolutely critical at Riyal Zuljana. Known as the Garden of Paradise, this is a highly revered and sacred area located right between the Prophet's house and his pulpit. Because pretty much every single visitor wants to pray in this one specific small area, gaining entry requires strict digitized management to prevent dangerous overcrowding. Here is how this tech shapes the actual visitor experience. To secure a peaceful prayer slot here, you have to follow a few precise steps. First, you book a dedicated time slot via the official Nusuk app. Next, you arrive specifically at gate 364 at your appointed time. Staff then verify your digital QR code. Finally, you're grouped with others, handed a bag for your shoes so you don't lose them, and guided in. And get this, as soon as one group leaves, a cleaning crew instantly sanitizes the area before the next QR-verified group even steps in. All right, our final section, Section 5, Guiding Millions of Visitors, the Human Element. Managing millions of people requires incredibly strict, clearly communicated routing. The mosque has around 100 internal doors. To ensure privacy and a smooth flow, doors 13 through 15 and 25 through 29 are exclusively reserved for women, with all other doors designated for men. Plus, access to that coveted Rawda area is split up. Men are scheduled during the day and late night, while women get exclusive access during the evening and early morning. It just ensures everyone gets their peaceful, uncrowded moment.
The crowd control teams also rely on a really smart capacity algorithm. The central goal here is to prevent any dangerous bottlenecks. So they actively manage the flow to ensure that the inner mosque space is only ever filled to 90% of its total capacity. That remaining 10%? That is strictly reserved as an empty buffer for unexpected emergencies or sudden shifts in crowd movement, just keeping everyone safe.
And the sheer volume of personalized services provided is just remarkable. There are 150,000 Quran copies distributed throughout the mosque, meticulously organized by a staff of 250 personnel. They offer translations in over 50 languages, large print editions for the elderly, and 65 Braille copies for the visually impaired. On top of that, the administration hands out 64,000 shoe bags every day to keep the floors pristine, and they provide 5,000 courtesy wheelchairs completely free of charge. They literally even manage the air the guests breathe. During the peak season of Ramadan, staff burn 36 kilograms of high-grade Bakur incense, actually walking through the crowds to refresh the scent 1,765 times between sunset and sunrise. On Eid, they use 1,300 grams of pure Bakur and directly apply 4 liters of premium oud oil to the guests. It's just an incredible, large-scale application of traditional hospitality designed to elevate that spiritual atmosphere.
All of this huge macro management ultimately culminates in deeply quiet personal moments. For example, the mosque has a specific, slowly guided routing system strictly for offering salutations at the graves of the Prophet and his companions. Visitors are ushered really calmly, allowing everyone a brief, quiet moment to whisper their respects, perfectly preserving the sanctity of the space, even amid a sea of millions of people.
It is without a doubt a triumph of human dedication and advanced logistics. I mean, when you look at the 80-ton fail-safe domes, the RFID chipped carpets, the microscopic hygiene protocols, and the incredible generosity of the guest services, all of it operating seamlessly 24 hours a day, it really makes you wonder, how does experiencing this level of invisible, perfect hospitality change the way we view the management of public spaces worldwide? Could this level of care be replicated elsewhere? Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, and I'll catch you on the next one.